Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So we have the part 2 campaign info here for Global Dokkan. And as we can see, we have an appearance from INT Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. So they are bumping him up. We just got him on GP with the Topo celebration, and they're bumping him up. This is good. I mean, them sliding some things around like this, you know, is showing that we're gearing up again towards that sync. I imagine Topo will be the character that would come out in August for Global. I mean, again, we'll see how things are going to go, but I mean, it does seem like there's going to be a lot of units that aren't out yet unless they start to do real quirkiness. I mean, to be fair, Global could pack May and June full of a ton of stuff, I guess. And hopefully they will. Alright, so let's go and take a look at what we got right here. Decisive Punch Campaign Part 2. Funny enough, in Gotenks, he does fit the Dragon Fist celebration as well, because, I mean, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks does fight Hirudegarn and stuff like that. A Legendary Summon will be available. I mean, this is where I certainly, if they're gonna do this, it does make you wonder, like, why not just drop, like, the Part 2 LR and GP on Global and GP at the same time? Like, is that not... I figure they probably would do, like, either, like, just some random banner like this, but I was thinking more so that the attribute EZAs would be kind of like the, you know, summonable content kind of in between Dokkan Fest, Dragon Fest, and Golden Week. So if this is the case, why not just drop the Part 2 LR on both versions? I don't know that it really matters so much if the Part 2 LR, let's say it's like Topo, Dispo, and stuff like that, like, and they wouldn't really have a place on Global. Who cares? They're going to have a place on Global once Topo comes out. Like, just get it in now before things get super... I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So there's another World Tournament. Every single month, Global is getting World Tournaments. But this is good, and this makes a ton of sense to catch Global up on World Tournaments. After this, I believe Global is only one tournament behind JP now. So if Global would then just have another World Tournament in May, and JP doesn't, they would be on the same tournament then, which would be good. New EZAs, and the final chain battle is going to be here as well. And then, yeah, the ending of the Wrath of Dragon song is still going until Golden Week, basically. Okay, sure. So you have missions. So you have a Legendary Summon banner. 3 characters are going to be LRs. Like, putting this guy there is almost a meme. This guy sucks so bad. Like, that's crazy. Okay. You want to talk about a devastatingly terrible release. That Goku. He's... Oh, God. What a horrible character that guy was. But again, maybe I'm crazy. Couldn't this just have been the LR that JP's getting? I don't know. Seems weird. There's a Peel Off Trove Pack, Stones, Kai's. These are the New Year's tickets. You know, and there's just going to be some other, you know, stuff you can get in here, like the Elder Kai's and some of these items, stuff like that. The final chain battle is coming. This is it. Chain battle is done. In chain battle's place, sort of, the Whis event does come. The Whis event is good in that you can get a lot of really strong equips in there. The bad news is that unless you're insane like me and you wouldn't mind using, you know, dozens of stones per stamina per day, grinding the equips from the Whis event, it's very difficult because of how low the drop rates are and how high the stamina usage for the event is. So it's just not a very good event. Then, if we take a look at this, here's what kind of like one of the top scores looks like in my video, like after the chain battle was done. Just Super Saiyan 3 Gokus, then like a lot of Friezas and Coolers is what it looks like the, you know, kind of like secret to success is going to be. Damn, chain battle's on 100. I did 133 videos on chain battle. I'm insane. They do call me a crazy cat. I am. So there's that. Goodbye, chain battle, beloved. You know, all the orbs, Kai's, stickers. Oh! Bro, like, how do I get my stickers now? Like, they haven't given us a good replacement for the stickers. Am I the only one that cares about stickers now? Maybe. There's going to be an extreme legendary summon banner as well. This is going to be next week. Um, oh, and then they're dropping the special pose category banner too. Yeah, okay. This is the exact banner JP just had. Yeah, I was playing the FF7 Remake DLC when that got announced. Okay. So there's those two right there. Which means that these two are going to be getting their EZAs. Now, let's talk about INT GOTENKS first, because INT GOTENKS is actually good. Whereas Goku, we'll get to him in a second. This guy is incredible. Very, very good character. The way I believe I would say it is that I feel like he probably is number 2 to Kefla, but he's more so within Kefla's realm, amongst like EZA TURs, where a lot of these other, like Bardock and Super Vegeta and all these characters, I mean, they're not even approaching like Kefla's territory, right? Gotenks should work pretty well. Dodge is his defensive mechanic, right? You can pretty easily just kind of use this guy as like an extra character on the team. Like you can kind of, you know, just float off. He has the chance to dodge. You come back, you float him again with the chance to dodge. In Super Saiyan 3, he could be very explosive. His defense could be a reasonable level, although the 9th anniversary power creep trashes, you know, him if he's going to get hit by some of those biggest bosses. But, I mean, he has a 70% chance to dodge. He can do some decent damage as well. Does have high chance to crit built in. He's pretty good. The one thing that is unfortunate is that this right here, this dodge is only once. So Gotenks, if he dodges the first hit, from that point on, you know, the rest of the turn, he'll have a 70% chance to dodge. If that fails, he'll have this 20% chance to dodge. And then if that fails, he'd have the hidden potential system chance to dodge as well. This guy, to me, seems like a very obvious dodge character. But, I mean, you know, I'd leave it up to you guys to, you know, die to Blue Gogeta Supers if you want to. So anyway, that's this Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Very good, though. If this is what EZA Dokkan Fest TURs are going to look like, we're in good hands. Because, I mean, one thing, I don't really mind if a character like this would have, like, a restriction to make him good. But, I mean, this Gotenks doesn't. I mean, I guess you could say this. I've not had this come into play, you know, since he's EZA'd, though. Like, this has not held me back from doing anything at all. Like, I've been able to just sort of dominate and be able to get this pretty much all the time. So he does have that HP restriction. They did build in a little bit of a safety mechanism for him right there with that. The high chance to recover 30% HP, which, you know, can kind of get you to that HP threshold. But I've found that this guy is just really, really good. I've seen a lot of downplay for him. I think it's silly, although to be fair, every character does truly get downplayed. One thing we gotta understand is that, like, 9th anniversary is the biggest power creep ever. So, like, characters are able to go into these fights and really perform well, I think is good, even if it's just a chance to perform well. The other thing about Gotenks not having restrictions or conditions is this. Like, there's gonna be, like, look at all the what is it? He has on 20 teams, I think. Look at all these categories. Think of how many, you know, Red Zone missions, Supreme Battle Spectacle missions, EX missions, like all these types of things this Gotenks will really be able to contribute for. So, having this guy duped up, EZA'd, and ready to go will likely help you in a lot of content moving forward. So I think Gotenks is very good. Now, this guy I grew to hate. It does feel like he kind of like is one of these like potential merchants. You know, there's a lot of characters like this where, you know, people will think of their potential, see their potential, and then, oh my god, he's good. But, like, what does he actually do most of the fight? And what this guy does is he has very, very mediocre defense while not being able to do big damage. But then it's like he does kind of big damage, but then he's got no defense. Like, he's a mess. I don't really like the argument a lot of times of, like, someone would say, why would you ever use the character? And it's like, well, people are going to want to use different characters and have fun. You're not just going to run out the same, you know, 6-unit superhero unit, or the same 6-unit superhero team every event you do. Like, you're not doing that. You're going to use different characters. You want to try different setups and stuff like that. So, like, I don't like people saying, like, why would you ever use them? I think that's ridiculous. It's an Allen argument. But this guy, I do, like, I find really, he feels not enjoyable to me. just the way he's set up, right? So he gets 50% damage reduction as long as he does not do his 18 key super. But if you don't do the 18 key super, I mean, this guy does no damage whatsoever. It's intended that you stack up with him. And then where is the... Yeah, okay. It's intended you stack up with him. And then, like, you know, in one of these big phases, you finally, you know, unleash the dragon. And then, you know, you get the attack break and you can kind of protect him and stuff like that. But I don't know that it actually works that well in principle. I mean, since he's coming out on global right now, I mean, I might give a video or two for this guy in some of these tough fights, but I just found him to be so unfun to use, man. I really did. This ability, though, this is much more relevant after the actual 9th anniversary, huh? This right here? Yeah, it sure is. Okay. This was not really as big of a deal. You know, back when he came out, it was still the Fusion Zamasu meta. Now we have all of these 9th anniversary fights where you could definitely see this. And, you know, one turn against Blue Gogeta, and yeah, you will be either you're dead or you'll see that, right? So, I don't know. Not really a big fan, but to be fair, I have not used him in the 9th anniversary content. We'll do a video or two on him. All right, so there's that. Then the World Tournament is coming up. It should be this batch of characters. So Physical Goku, Giant Majunior, Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan Dokkan, and then Bojack. I think some of the characters are solid. This guy's like a nice stunner for Super Battle Road. This guy's got, you know, just like some decent stats, some guard and stuff like that. This Gohan is a nice dodging support unit for the Super Saiyan team. And Bojack, I mean, could be maybe solid-ish if, for a World Tournament free-to-play character, if Space Traveling Warriors ever had like a setup. And it is good that they're continuing to push these world tournaments like this. So we're going to get closer and closer and closer towards global being caught up with world tournaments for the first time ever. That's going to be awesome. Global is only one world tournament behind JP after this world tournament. That's really good. Now, the numbers are never going to line up, but that's because way back in the early days, like, they skipped, like, AGL Bardock's world tournament and stuff like that. So the numbers are not going to line up, but it's all for intents and purposes going to be the same world tournament. You guys get what I'm saying. I pray you guys get what I'm saying there. Then there's a bunch of tickets, stuff like that. Support pack. There's a new stage of Extreme Super Battle Road coming. Patan Battle, everyone's favorite. And then we have a bunch of Dokkan events and stuff like that. Bam, bam, bam. A bunch of other events. Yeah, these are up just for the EZA medals for them. And then that is that. So there's the Global Part 2 celebration info. Certainly not the best, but I do think Gotenks is, like, really good content. Gotenks is very strong, and he's going to be, I think, very helpful for a lot of players moving forward with a lot of missions and a lot of those different stages, right? So let me know what you guys think. Reminder that this is only lasting a week. Yeah, this Part 2 is a week long because the end of next week is Golden Week. So it's not like, oh my god, global forever, we have nothing to do. It's like, bro, like, go play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, okay, this week, after you get your Gotenks EZ8 and stuff like that. And then next week is, you know, Namek Saga, Final Form Frieza and Kaioken Goku or something like that. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Well, what could Golden Week be? I think Namek is reasonable bet right now. But let me know what you guys think of Gotenks coming early to Global Dokkan. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.